Hello again. I will try to keep this brief, short. So a few days ago, Brian Lunduke made a video about issues changing terms of service. What do you call it? For Firefox, and it changed the source code as well. He showed that. I think he showed that. Or was it Louis Rossman? That in the source code there was something about we do not sell your data ever, and that was removed. And then, yeah, they changed the terms of service. And so 3 days ago, he made this video, use Firefox Mozilla. It says it can use your data however it wants. I thought it was okay, but badly written, overly broad. And then yesterday, this video from Louis Rossman, of course, known for repair videos for MacBooks, and also his exposure of real estate in New York, which was pretty interesting some years ago. Yeah, if you want some entertainment, I think that's really good to watch the videos where he goes to see various properties to rent and see how they lie about the size, etc. It's crazy. In any case, he suggests at one point, where is it? TLDR.
They're not savvy. They just browser looks the way it did before. Install this and just forget that this entire thing happened.
Install this and forget this entire thing happens. And Firefox Librewolf declares itself very woke, goes on rant about far right, bans any reference to Lunduke. So he shows that he goes on there, asks a question, absolutely not apolitical. Yeah, I would not use it. I mean, what the F? It's software. It should be apolitical. And going on a rant, of course, they're left-wing idealists, and that means actually they are antisocial and oppressive. And a lot of comments. Me last week, oh, this Librewolf browser is kind of cool. Me today, uninstall. Hilarious. It's really fun in a way. As someone said in a previous video, sit back and enjoy the show. And that's what I'm doing. I'm not getting anything to me, including not what happened with in the USA, in the White House last week. I made some video about the craziness there, and of course you will have seen it everywhere. It's everywhere. But I analyzed it, how it works, and why these people behave like that, and showed a bit of that, and how it's connected to other things. But anyway, let's get back to this. I will tell you a little bit. So I would watch this video. It's very interesting what he does. And he says, for example, the person who banned him was someone with 4 letters. So you don't know what it is, woman, man, but using pronouns she, her. He then says, yeah, probably a man. Not necessarily. Women can be antisocial and oppressive, and idealistic in particular for related to groups. In any case, so did this aged badly? And he mentioned in one video, yeah, what is woke? You know what woke is. It's antisocial oppressive. It's trying to push through equal outcome, which is of course a fast track towards idiocracy. And the criticism about meritocracy, that it started out as a sarcastic, satirical concept, doesn't really matter. It just works. I've mentioned that in a previous video. You know that someone's good. You know it. You just know it. Just like in school, as I mentioned, I was in a primary school. I was in many primary schools because my parents moved a lot. And one of the last one, there were no grades given, only colors. And everyone knew who was the best in class. It was supposedly to make people who were students, pupils who were not so good, not feel bad about themselves. But really, the thing should be taught is to be yourself. Everyone is different. Everyone has good points, bad points. Some people are really good at all the topics in school. Some not, but they have other good points. I mean, be yourself. That's what should be taught. And I also mentioned that about the code of conduct for FreeBSD, that came from an educational project originally, which was about anti-bullying. It's bad. You need to make people resistant to bullying, not suppress it by behavior, etc. That doesn't work. And I will go to something very important, and also this list of life first. First, this. Considering all viewpoints gives a way to find the truth and to deduce what makes sense. Listening to others' viewpoints is like playing chess. It makes the best views clear. They win, by which I mean that they are shown to be better when comparing the, possibly theoretical, results, and thus makes clear reality. It asks the truth. And if you're thinking of playing chess, that's actually how it works. I've done that in discussions about programming licenses with Free Software Foundation enthusiasts, and I really hated those people. They are absolutely antisocial. I will never do that again. But they disliked me because they could not attack my arguments. What I did was, I thought I'm not defending what I like. I'm searching for what makes sense. I'm searching for the truth always with everything. So I'm not trying to stroke my ego as those people, but I'm trying to see what makes sense, and if necessary, change my views. Okay. So what I do is, for example, I think this may be the correct way to view a certain thing. Could be about, for example, languages that use upper and lowercase interchangeably. Or it could be about licenses. I've had discussions about many things, and it was always clear that people just cannot reason. And what I did was this. I thought, okay, this looks to be the good position. Then I look one step ahead, like an opponent. What could someone else criticize about it? Which is, of course, myself. I would do that. So I would fix my own arguments like that. Of course, about the counter argument, you can also say, how is that correct? Are you sure? You can give a counter argument to the counter argument, etc. So I would think several steps ahead in everything that you could imagine in reasoning. And then I would get to an original argument, which is the first move, like in chess. And it was basically just about impossible to attack in any way. And they would have to come up with something really good, totally different viewpoint, different angle at looking at it, that I did not take into account, because you can't take into account everything. But they couldn't do that, and I could see from the responses that these people were really annoyed about that. It was funny. They gave irrational responses, or responses like, your idea is not good. I don't know why, but it's not good. Something like that. Yeah, they could not give arguments. And as I mentioned in another video, there were some people who emailed me directly, said, your ideas are good, but I'm not going to post there because these people, of the behavior of those people, really antisocial, psychopaths, psychopathic, some of them, really antisocial. So let's continue. In a group or society, disallowing free speech is disallowing discussing, is disallowing reaching or getting close to the truth or reality. One should be able to state any views as long as they are not lies and not statements that are said to be of truth and are actually nothing more than views. This is an implied lie about the statement itself. Now then on the left, the lefty idealists have this, but on the right you see it as well. For example, with Trump recently in the White House not allowing the Associated Press or other news outlets because they're hostile to him, as he thinks. Yeah, that is not acceptable, and that is of course oppressive, and that's antisocial. But the left does it as well, with, for example, not allowing to discuss things like trans stuff that is just a mental illness, which is what the view has always been until power was given to small minority groups to say this is not acceptable to state because it makes us feel uncomfortable. What the hell? What kind of insanity is that? And then someone commented on one of my videos about that I think about them. I think about nobody. I don't care about what all these people in those minority groups think. I care about what makes sense. Let's go to... This is it. This is very important also. It's also from my list of life. Live and let live. People have the right to their own views and choices in life, no matter how stupid you think these views and choices are, as long as that does not infringe on other people's rights. Everyone's freedom and rights end at the point where they impact someone else in an unacceptable, unreasonable manner. People who want to oppress their views onto others note also that this implies consequences of views, which means possibly actions to be taken to, yeah, to make sure those views are actually oppressed onto others, are antisocial. So I don't care how anyone lives his or her life, what she thinks or he thinks. Do whatever you want until you try to oppress your views onto others, or to on me with some actions. Do some actions. Could be views, it could be actions. Live and let live. Do whatever you want, but don't try to bullshit me. Don't try to lie. I will go against it. So this is a little bit, and I will go back more into this issue of not understanding life with this Alan Watts. Give it away, it'll come back. A lot of these videos are bullshit. Someone made a comment with it, with one of these videos, another one. This one I don't think so, didn't see it. It was ignore the rubbish on screen. Listen to what he says. But I think listen to what he says is also not good. As usual, with all these people doing meditation, wisdom of life, self-help, etc., they cannot properly explain things. I will go over this entire video, what is said, and analyze it soon. But I'll show you a little bit.
And have yet to be instructed further. If you know that you do not understand, then you truly understand to those who
So these images have nothing to do with the video, nothing. It's just distraction. The background music is also added, has nothing, is not useful at all. I don't like any of this, but the talk I also don't like. It's not insightful. That's to come soon. Bye for now.